The opening range recap for Friday, September 23rd. Looking at the NQ first, first pivot hit was a win for both 25 and 50. Second pivot hit was a win for both 25 and 50. NQ 50% retracement. If you did that, this is a 1 minute chart, as I mentioned. So you would sell it here right around 414. And then the exit would be right around the pivot. You would get it, 16 points or so roughly, and then have a stop at break even, and all that happened within, a minute or less. As you can see, it spiked back up. So you sold it here, popped down, then spiked back up, and stopped you out of the second one. So I got some of that one. The one that I missed is I missed the ES. This is actually a 5-second chart. The reason for that is because the 1 minute chart, you can't see it as clear. But anyways, pivot hit here, number one. This is your 50% retracement if you chose to sell it there. Again, with about a 4-point stop is what I've been using. With target down to back down to the pivot. So in this particular case, you'd get 5 points or so, 18 down to 12, 25, but I usually do a couple of ticks ahead of that. So, roughly 5 points or so. And then you put your stop back at the rest of it at break even, and you can see it's stopped out. So again, this is 5-second chart. So you're selling it here at 44.20 seconds, and you're out, 50 seconds later, and then you're out of the rest of it 10 seconds after that. So very, wild kind of action. But anyway, that was the only hit on the pivot for the S&P. This one is actually a little after 11 a.m. So that one, as you can see, did win though. Dow was interesting if you're doing the retracements. The reason for that is same type of time for the Dow. So first official pivot hit was actually right here. This missed it by a tick, and you can see it popped. So if you were, and actually the micros actually hit it, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the micros, actually the micros were well off. That's right. But you missed it by a tick here on the minis. So officially, your first pivot hit isn't until here. So if you do it officially and did the 50% retracement, this is after 10 o'clock, so you wouldn't risk as much, or at least I don't. And I actually didn't take this trade, but it's up at 73 was the 50% right there. You could do it, and it came back down to 39. Again, the pivot was 38, so you should be able to take some money off the table there, and then you could have your other half lot size would be stopped out. So all three of them had the same type of results where they came back down to the pivot and then stop you out on the second half. Again, the Dow was a little crazy because missed it by a tick. If you would have had it tick here, you would have lost the 30 points here on this. So depends how you slice it. Again, that's not what the point of this video is, but I think it's an interesting strategy and one I am using myself. And then the next pivot hit was a little after 11 o'clock. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.